Hi guys, Paul from Sweat here. Put a little Q&A on Facebook yesterday and got a really good question in from one of our members, Lee. He said, how does different goals need different dietary needs? Basically, how do your goals affect what your diet and your nutrition is? So what I'm going to talk about today is a little bit about the main different goals that I see from people and how your diet needs to differ for each one. So the first one we're going to look at is going to be body composition. Body composition falls into two categories: muscle gain and fat loss. So for fat loss, which majority of you probably will be, your diet needs to be balanced. So a balanced amount of carbohydrates, protein and fat with lower calories than you burn. So you need to be in a calorific deficit. There's some great videos from some of our other trainers. If you want to check them out, I'll link you to it in the description below. Muscle gain is the opposite. You still need the balance of the calories, so balanced amount of protein, carbs and fats, but you need to be in a calorific surplus. So just eat slightly more than what you're burning off. You also need maybe to up the protein a little bit, but that's going to be dependent on each individual person. That's nice and simple for body composition. You can get really in depth and start talking about nutrient partitioning and timing and all that, but in reality, eat more if you want to gain muscle, eat less if you want to lose fat. The next ones we're going to look at is going to be a bit more performance based, so we're going to look at endurance. So you're training for a tri, a marathon, a long run, any sort of distance based event that's going to require you to go for a long time. When we talk about different sort of events, we're looking at what energy systems are in place. Generally, the longer events are going to be burning more fat than anything. So that means I would recommend for those people, keep the protein balanced, the carbohydrates reasonably low, and add in a little bit more fat into the diet, especially sort of your saturated fats, your butters, your coconut oils, because they'll keep you going for longer whilst you're doing your endurance event. So coconut oil, MCT oil is going to be brilliant for that. Moving on from that, the next one is strength. So someone who's training for something that's going to be maximal, weightlifting, powerlifting, generally just to get stronger if that's their main goal. When they're training, they're going to need a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of energy to use those quick muscle contractions. They're also going to need the protein to recover, a moderate amount of fat, but not quite as important as endurance. We go on to sports, rugby, football, anything like that. They're going to need to be another one that's going to be balanced. So in the middle of your endurance and your strength. I suggest for people who are athletes, if they're not worried about the body composition too much, just eat as much as you can to recover. You're going to need a balance of protein, carbs and fats, loads of good healthy foods, and that'll help them there. So there's the 5 main areas that I normally get from people. Any other questions, drop us a comment below. And if you need any advice on your diet and how you can manipulate it to get the most out of it to hit your goals, give me a message and I'll allocate you some advice from one of our trainers. Thanks a lot guys, I've been Paul from Sweat and I'll see you next time.